Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Chris Marrero Howison, and today I'm going to talk to you about 12 signs that it's time to see a therapist. Sign number 1, you are feeling overwhelmed. So maybe on the outside you look okay, and if somebody says, "Hey, how are you?" you say fine, but underneath you're actually not fine at all. Your feelings feel too big or too unmanageable. Or maybe you're at the other end of the spectrum. You're feeling numb or disconnected. Maybe you don't feel as close to people you used to feel close to. Maybe things that you used to enjoy just don't seem as pleasurable anymore. Perhaps you feel disconnected from food, from sex, from hobbies. Sign number 2 that it's time to see a therapist. And the next one, maybe you're worried about what you're feeling. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night and you're wondering, is this normal? Or in the morning, you ask, should I be feeling this way? Or perhaps you're worried about your judgment or the decisions that you're making. This is sign number 3 that it's time to come in to see a therapist. Sign number 4, maybe it's not you that's worried. Maybe people that you love or care for have said, hey, by the way, I'm worried about some of the things that you're doing. That's sign number 4. Let's talk about the next one. Maybe you're somebody who enjoys a glass of wine with dinner, or perhaps you enjoy a cocktail when you go out with your friends. But lately you've noticed that one cocktail has turned into 3 or 4 or more. Or maybe usually you smoke weed every once in a while, but lately you find that you can't sleep unless you smoke every single night. This is sign number 5. When your drinking or drug use has changed and you're using it to cope, it's time to come in to see a therapist. And the next one, maybe you're not doing as well at work or school as you used to. Perhaps your classmates or coworkers have said something to you. Maybe you're missing more time at work than you used to, or perhaps even your boss has said something about your performance dropping. This is sign number 6 that it's time to come in. Let's talk about number 7. You're having sleep problems. Maybe you notice that you're lying awake at night staring up at the ceiling and thinking about your day, or worrying about the future, or replaying conversations in your head. Or perhaps you're at the other end of the spectrum where you're sleeping all the time and you still don't feel rested. Either way, sign number 7 is sleeping problems, and it's time to come in. Number 8, you've had a traumatic experience. So now I want to be clear with this one. That's not to mean that every person who experiences something traumatic is going to have a negative effect, but sometimes people do. So if you've experienced something, whether it was yesterday, 20 years ago, or somewhere in between, and you notice that it's impacting your relationships, your life, or otherwise getting in the way of what you're hoping for, it's time to call a therapist. And the next one, you're stuck in your own thoughts. Maybe you find that you're having a hard time paying attention because you're too busy worrying about something that you need to say. Or perhaps, as I mentioned earlier, you're having trouble sleeping because your thought is just going and going and going in your mind. Either way, if you're stuck in your own thoughts, it's time to call. Number 10, and one of my personal favorites, you've been in therapy and it's helped before. So if you notice that you're experiencing troubles again and it was something that was useful for you, it's time to give a phone call. Number 11, you're having thoughts of suicide or killing yourself. This is usually a sign that the level of distress that you're experiencing has gotten to a critical level and it's time to come in. And if you're experiencing thoughts of suicide right now and you feel unable to keep yourself safe, please notice on your screen the suicide hotline and give it a call, 800-273-8255. Sign number 12, you're just ready to feel better. So if you've experienced this one or any of the other things that I've talked about before and you're ready to get your life back on track, living it in the way that you're hoping for, it's time to call a therapist. And that's all for today. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, if I can be of any help to you, please feel free to give me a call, 424-346-2745. Take care.